Good morning. It's day 3 of our 9-day Greek cruise, and welcome to Crete.
What's up, guys? So this is part 2 of our trip to Chania on the island of Crete in Greece. If you haven't seen part 1, I'm adding the link both to the top of this video and in the description so you can check it out. So let's go and take a look at part 2 of our trip to Chania.
Hi guys, first of all, welcome to our beautiful city.
Thank you.
This is how they cooked in the olden days before electricity existed, and our restaurant out of 547 in town is the only one that still follows tradition. The pots that we use are ceramic, the wood is olive wood. Olive wood is an extremely hard dry wood, it's a slow burning process during which, believe it or not, gives off a unique flavor to the food. We don't do modern cuisine, old school Greek, Cretan, seafood, vegetarian, vegan, we bake our own gluten-free bread. We are known to have the best lamb and goat in town.
So here we are walking along the harbor, the old Venetian harbor. Seen this on countless different YouTube videos of people who've been here before. A lot of restaurants. I think there are a couple cruise ships here today, so it's pretty full. It is the middle of October. It is like October 14th, and yep, a lot of restaurants, a lot of activity. There's a horse-drawn carriage walking in our way. I get some video of that. Not sure how much that costs. Maybe we'll see a sign. Nope, no sign. So we'll keep walking this way. We'll walk towards whatever there is on this side. They do have a glass bottom boat here. You can go on a glass bottom boat tour of the harbor, and maybe you'll see some fish. I don't know if you'll see any fish. I haven't seen any fish looking down there, but this guy's fishing, so I don't think he's caught anything yet. And we'll just keep going. This building here used to be a mosque. Yeah, this used to be a mosque. It's called it was called the Mosque of the Janissaries, a beautiful Ottoman mosque and one of the most famous landmarks in all of the city. But today it's turned into what?
An art exhibit.
Today it's an art exhibit. I'm sure you can go in there and see some art. We're just gonna round about the corner here. You have a choice, I think, when it comes to dining here in Chania. You can either dine by the harbor, which I imagine is expensive and touristy, or if you go a couple blocks in, you get a lot of gardens. A lot of hanging vines hanging from trees and flowers, and you can sort of dine there. So you have a choice. If I had to pick, I would say go for the gardens. I think the food's better. I think better quality food, and probably they won't try and rip you off as a tourist. Not to say that these places here are ripping people off. They're not, or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not going to comment. I guess I just did comment, but
yeah. Your opinion, I suppose.
That's my opinion. I don't trust them. I think you'll get much better local food within the city itself and not along the harbor.
So here we are in the Venetian harbor. It was built in the 14th century, and it has Ottoman and Cretan and Venetian influences.
As you walk toward where the lighthouse entrance is, or I guess the gatehouse to the lighthouse, you'll pass some boats. It looks like you can rent these boats, either with a captain or without a captain, to go out into the harbor, half-day trip, full-day trip, fishing trip, whatever it may be. I don't see anybody who can tell us what the pricing is, but that's an option. If you're in Crete for a day and you're looking for something to do during the time your cruise is docked here in Chania, check that out. Right now we're not going to the lighthouse, but we're in that general vicinity to where the gatehouse is. It's quite a walk from the restaurants. Oh look, there's a submarine. But it's quite the walk from where the restaurants are to where the lighthouse is. Actually, we can show you. There's a map over here. Might be kind of useful. So the restaurants are basically here along this area here, and then we've basically walked around, and as you can see it says you're here, that's where we are. To get to lighthouse you have to keep walking all the way up this way, and then my house is there. So it is quite the walk. It takes us about 5 minutes to get here, probably another 15-20 to get to the lighthouse. Not something we're going to do on this trip, but if you're looking for someone to do, definitely consider it.
So yeah, from here you can see 10 is the Maritime Museum. So this is where the Furka, the fort is. So yeah, this is all, we kind of walked all the way here from there to here.
As we get closer to the gatehouse for the lighthouse, you can see that there are more vendors selling different souvenirs, artifacts, seashells, lighthouse replicas, all the stuff you may want to buy and take back home. And then some more restaurants. I see a couple more restaurants straight ahead. And the touristy activities, touristy area is sort of picking back up now as you kind of get closer to the gate to the lighthouse. So if you're making the walk up to the lighthouse, this is the entrance area. So you can walk along this wall, which I assume was built when they built the lighthouse, and all the way down there you find the lighthouse. Again, you cannot climb the lighthouse. You can just walk up to it, walk around it, and walk back.
Another great place to get gelato that we tried is Ninnolo.
This is the Byzantine wall of Chania, which is nearly 1 kilometer long and is a boundary that separates the old town from its fortified Acropolis. And I'm looking to see how old it is. It doesn't really say how old. Oh, there it is. Dates back to 1613.
Yeah, it took its current form in the 7th century during the first Byzantine period. So it was subjected to extensive modifications during the Venetian occupation.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All right. This is going to conclude our trip to Chania. We got here at around 11:30 this morning. It's now close to about 5:30, so we spent about six hours just kind of walking around Chania, eating, sightseeing, walking around. And at this point, I think we've sort of done as much as you probably can do in 6 hours. I'm sure there are other things we could do, but basically for a stopover on the cruise, I think we did a pretty decent job. A couple things we found out while we were here. The island of Crete actually has 30 million olive trees.
Yes, and the oldest olive tree in the world is supposedly somewhere on here.
Yeah, they don't exactly agree where it is, but they all agree that the oldest olive tree in the world is in Crete. So that's something for you. So now we are making our way back to the bus stop and head back to the ship. And that will conclude this video. Actually, we'll conclude the video once we get back to the ship. So we'll show you what it's like to catch the bus.